Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Sleepy Celestial. Guys, we are finally here. This is the penultimate start of the women's 400 meters. There are 6 rounds. Now, we're only going to focus on important rounds. For an example, we saw that the first round, we saw Paulino. The second round, we saw Paulino is in the 6th heat. We saw the 6th heat. I wanted to focus on the 3rd heat of the first round of the women's 400. It features Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni. Now, we know that Sydney, coming into this, she ran the fastest time under Sanya Richard-Ross time. She ran 48.90, and Sanya Richards' American record is 48.70. Guys, this is gonna be such wonders. I am excited. This is the last event before the relays. We're gonna definitely see if we could wrap up everything by tonight. We are kicking off with the last thing ever. Sydney McLaughlin is such a heavy name to carry because she has done such wonders for not only the 4x4, but she also ran the 200 at some point, and you know, her signature event, of course, the 400 hurdles. And now Sydney is doing the flat 400. I remember when they announced that, and she said that she's focusing on the 400 with Bobby Kersee. I just knew. And this is a perfect example, and I said this yet again. If Allison would have tackled the 400 earlier in her career, she would have probably ran 48s. But because she was dabbling in so many different events, I think that was probably the issue. Whereas Sydney, she had a gradual study until she get to the flat 400. And I believe, maybe this is me, but if she ever breaks the world record, and I remember I said this back at the trials, if she ever breaks the record, I think Bobby's gonna do something where she wants Sydney to be so good enough where she could do the 400 hurdles and 400 at the same time at the USA's in 2028. Or my second lean is he's probably gonna try to go after the 200 meters, and that would be so surprising. And remember, the 200 is the significant signature of Allyson Felix, but I see him tackling the 400 first and then trying to come after the 200. I strongly believe in 2028 or after 2028 we might see Sydney go after the 200. Now, she's still super young, and she still have a lot years to go. And I think, you know, later on in her career, I think she's gonna jump in to do the 200. Now, if she breaks the 200 world record, she's gonna own 3 different records from 3 different events. Okay? This is the type of caliber athlete we're talking about. No athlete has done something like this since the great Usain Bolt. Right? Usain Bolt started off in the 800. Well, a lot of people don't know that. And then over time, he made a deal with his coach. And his coach was like, if you get to beat these guys at, I think it was USA's or Prefontaine, and drop some fast time, I'm going to allow you to run the 100 and 200. And flash forward to 2009, Usain Bolt became the fastest athlete by breaking those 2 records side by side, the same freaking world championships. What Sydney is doing is gonna be studied, and I think what she's about to run, and if I'm correct, she ran 48.90 for the trials to win. If she runs like 48, I would say 48.25, 48.38, right, those range, or even 48.60, she'll be in elite company. One, she will beat Sanya Richards' time. She will now have the American record. And if she goes anything lower than that, she will be one of the few athletes to be under 48. Now, we know Nasser runs 48.14, which is her personal best. Paulino runs 48.26, if I'm not mistaken, or 48.17. So these two athletes are definitely going to push her when she gets to the semis or final. So without further ado, I know I've been talking because I'm so excited for what Sydney's about to do. Without further ado, Sydney McLaughlin in the first round in the 400. Let's go.
I think McLaughlin Lavrone will push here for another 50 meters at least, if not more. She's not that experienced.
She's basic. One thing I'm scared of Sydney for is when she runs, it almost feels like she's not barely doing anything. And when she actually put effort, that's even more dangerous. Look at the gap between her and everybody else on this field. She's barely looking at them. She's more focusing on the clock. Whatever training that she is doing with Bobby, it's some scary shit.
Joy stretching her legs. It would be a big training block for her since USA's to come here to the World Championships. She's run away with it here. 49.41. We've got Sydney McLaughlin Lavrone. Surely that's the fastest we're going.
Guys, this is the first round. She just ran 49.41. That already put her in such ease to be whatever she's gonna do in the semis is gonna be insane. But you could see that she's just jogging, and I think if she ever breaks the world record, the way she set up her season, I think she should carry that same strategy where she ran the trials and then went right back to the lab and then pop up again at the Worlds. So this is an insane.
That was so good. She just made a 49.4.
That's scary.
Looked like a jog.
Whew. I'm excited, man. So guys, we're gonna stop it here. This was the first round of the women's 400 heat 3. Sydney McLaughlin demolishes the team, the race. She demolished her heat and she ran 49.41, jogging a 49.41. Like, where do you hear this shit from? Like, this is some insane things that are about to happen. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, peace, love, and bye-bye.